Everybody said it'd be easy, but we took a train to the ceiling. And now I own all of my feelings. Don't wake me up from the stream. I bought a one-way ticket to space. Let's get out of here. I hurt you, but it's nice this time of year. Out in the wild, find a eating. Let's stay a while, never leaving. Tell me your love in my heart. Ah, we're taking off. Tell me your love in my heart. Ah, we're taking off. Don't let go, I want your body around, all around, all around. Tell me your love in my heart. Ah, we're taking off. Taking off. Taking off. Found you in all of the madness. I heard your voice in the static. Your skin on my skin like a magnet. I won't look down when we crash. I bought a one-way ticket to space. Let's get out of here. I hurt you, but it's nice this time of year. You turn my world on its axis. Out here where anything happens. Tell me your love in my heart. Ah, we're taking off. Tell me your love in my heart. Ah.
Good evening, everyone. My name is GP, observing as night's work, and we are into the 9th match for the BloodyDevils in the ESEA Open. As usually, we're gonna see a quick knife round, and yeah, basically, BloodyDevils gonna choose the sides. And I wish you a pleasant watching and enjoy this amazing match as Rasta Gaming, their enemies from beyond Small La Manche Canal. They have 8-1 score in the ESEA Open. Meanwhile, BloodyDevils have 8-0. So I hope they're gonna take this win as well. Czech team is gonna start on the CD side with 1 smoke, 1 flash, and a kit on TDH. Meanwhile, Rasta Gaming chose to buy 2 smokes and 2 flashes. We had a map Mirage, very well known from the matchmaking, as well as the pro scene. But there are some ideas in Rasta Gaming as they are gonna split the A side free from Ramp and Palace as 2 players are now creeping up mid. First fire exchange, TDH is fallen, but there's still Mikey the trade, as well as K and Static that pick up 2 kills. Meanwhile, the bomb is almost taken down, but luckily, play with the bomb, jump to the side, and now it's 2v3 for BloodyDevils. With a possible retake for the Czech side. Rasta Gaming is hiding. They don't wanna expose themselves. But there is Mikey getting hit from ramp. He knows about a player there, picks him up, and it's 2v2 now. Suzi, without a kit, has to defuse the bomb just now because there's not much time left. But luckily, Mikey is still here to help out. They gotta pick up the guy at CD, but the last guy remaining is a Palace. Yeah, there's a kit. And Suzi's gonna stick it. He's gonna stick the bomb defuse. And Mikey is defending him very successfully. And that's why they pick up the first round of the half. Just something beautiful and very well played from their side. The retail was just awesome, and also the defending hidden shield that Mikey just put up there was great work. And we are in round 2 with a decent buy for BloodyDevils. They have MP9s as well as XM and an AUG. Meanwhile, Rasta Gaming only on 3 playoffs, 1 Digo and Mach 10. I think they're gonna do something a bit faster paced, just onto the A side. Before we have probably first guy to go in, but he had Mikey finds Gilbert on mid. Static picks up PH, and there's Drew and kindly trading out really evenly. The Rasta Gaming just took the A side. Bombs down, Mikey finds K, and now it's 3v2 for Devils, and they do not stop really in here. As Suti goes through the smoke and finds Static, but he's faster with the reaction, and there's still smokes on Altex. Yet there are still two guys hiding in CT. Pretty hidden by the picket booth. It's kind deadly, but Static goes down first. There is still kind deadly fighting for his life and around. There are 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Altex sticks the defuse, and he just barely gets it while killing kind deadly into the smoke. Wow, I don't know if I've seen more ninja defuses from BloodyDevils than in my all games of matchmaking that I've played. Some brilliant work from Czechs. And a Slovak guy as well. We don't have to forget that Altex is from Slovakia, my dear brother. But our brothers from Czechia also don't want to be left apart, as they picked up the second round on the board. And they're really investing into the next one, as they just rebuilt the MP9 and FAMAS. Rasta Gaming, oh, finally, some decent buy with 3 Galils and 2 AKs. They're not afraid to invest into these early rounds of the match, and I hope it might pay them back really soon. They do not rush anything because you still can wait on the clock. And of course, there is no need to hunt the kills. The butter utility on every player from the BloodyDevils, and they are kind of expecting the jungle or connector push because TDH is there, ready and waiting. If someone peeks, Mophoria goes down first, and that picks him off. Yet there is Altex, there is trading 2 even. And another kill for Mikey. And the last one is probably gonna be Gilbert, but he still somehow survives these shots. But Rui finds his back and takes the kill onto his account. That's how the third round has been taken by the Czech side. And Rasta Gaming, yet another unsuccessful round. But it seems they don't want to give up just now because they are investing into the Deagles and Tech9 with some utility. And I feel this is going to be some kind of a very interesting crash towards B-side. But they are also taking middle. No, that is typical for the Russian players. But I think they kind of wanted to switch the pace and also fake something at A-side. And that's why they are heading there. At least right now. Once again, TDH in connector goes down for 1 kill, 2 kills. Mikey again tries with him, and Anchor, our Altex, finishes the job. Just a clean round from the Devils. And Rasta Gaming still didn't wake up from the first couple of rounds that they've lost. But luckily, they finally have money for AKs and utility. And as well, there is a small pause. I would assume that it's from the British channel, as they already lost the 4th round in a row. And Devils are really happy with the situation. They even found an AK as well as full utility and 4-4s. No hope needed, but I think Mikey is gonna pick it up as soon as he drops that M4 somehow. And he's gonna be tested in the middle because now there are 3 players heading out there. He's gonna be quite overwhelmed by the guys at short, but they still smoke ready and they are not checking him. K gets the hit from him. Then there's a molly on Static as well as 2 counter nades, but K eventually goes down through the smoke by Mikey's hand. And I think it's not the last kill of the round because Static gets almost stacked down from the TDH. So as Mikey's aggression will be quite rewarding as he found Static at the middle. Meanwhile, small fight at B side, Suti against Morphoya. And unsuccessful, is also kindly that goes down the mid. And just 2 players remaining for the British side. Gilbert finds True at A side. That means it is really open and his teammate can run into the bomb site just now, but Gilbert is well aware that there is someone hiding in the CT. As well as Mikey picking at stairs, a bit unwise decision that kinda costs him the round, maybe, as the Mophoria now stands alone against 4 defenders. Tough job with just an AK and a flash. He goes out Palace, finds Suti, and there's another guy below him, but he doesn't check him, and that's why TDH picks him up, as well as the 5th round on the board. And even as they tried to change things up, it still somehow fell apart. And Rasta Gaming still without a round, again on Deagles and Tech9s up to 2k. And this feels like they're gonna finally rush something as they are heading towards the B-bomb site. There is only 1 player defending, and that's gonna be Outex. Or as we may see, from the Valve side, the anchor of the B side. There's one Mophoria down, Static goes down too. But that's too much for Outex. Meanwhile, Mikey has a small fight with K, but Retake is on the way. As 2 of the players just fell down, and it's kind deadly. That's gonna be the only player standing in here. The baby bomb side picks up Drew, but I think that's pretty much. That's not a lot of work to do, but he somehow picks up 3 players from the Devils. And he's gonna go now for the clutch in the 1v4 situation. Yet there is Mikey to take his life. And he secures the round number 6 for the Devils. But this was really too close for the comfort of the Czechs and the Slovak. And almost cost them the round. But no worries, Mikey, the hero of the scoreboard, managed to close the one that they needed to close. And once again, Mikey picks up the AWP against kind at least AWP. They're gonna be fighting just now at middle, but they just smoke up, at least hit Static with a nade. That's all they can really do. Okay, Brave heads towards the connector where he's already at least 1 player hiding in the TDH. He picks up Static into the smoke. And I'm not sure if that's the last man that we see dying just now. He did at the connector. We'll be surprised if K peeks. And he wants to go for more. As he's still stepping into the connector side of the map. But Mikey, he knows his angles, but somehow whiffs the shot and gets punished by Kind Deadly with the AWP at the B short. Meanwhile, Gilbert finds True at the A side. And I feel that this round slowly is getting deconstructed by the British. But of course, there's still Outex that isn't worried for his life. And he picks off Gilbert at the A side, and retake is still possible. Bombs down, retake is on the way, 2v3 for the Devils. They have to fight really hard to get towards the site. Mophoria spotted. Yet there is no more information on Rasta Gaming. He picks up the AK and he wants to go in first with the fake flash. He peeks the angle, but Kind is deadly. And as well, Mophoria takes the last kill of the round. And finally, we see British take the first point on the board and finally stabilize their minds as they head into the round number 8 with another AWP and AKs. Very healthy buy from their side. And oh, what happened to Devils? This feels like some kind of a fraud happened. We're going to see Mike with an AWP, as well as 2 MP9s and 2 Eagles. But never underestimate the power of the Deagle. These guys aren't silvers. They know how to play the game. They hit those deeks, as we've seen. Kindly pick up 3 guys at B. But there's Maggie to pick up at least first guy on the middle. Kindly follows up to the graveyard. And K just tries to get something to work with. Out there is well aware, but there's a guy at the underpass as well at the catwalk. And he somehow falls back towards the B side. And Mikey is the only one that's gonna hold the middle ground. Smoke is up. As well as the molly. Mikey checks the angle and you see the legs through the smoke. But there is probably more. He gets tagged up by another player of Rasta Gaming and they are heading towards the B side. Where it's only Suitsi at the balcony and Outex hiding behind the bench. K gets tagged down to 2, then gets down totally, and Anchor lays down the last member of Rasta Gaming. And finishes the round 8 in the advantage of the Devils. And as I said, those Deagles make some magic. And it's why we've seen Mikey and Outex pull this round off. Great job from the Czech and Slovak side. And as we enter this A side, quite quickly, Rasta pick up 2 frags at this early stage of the round. But they still drew the trade, and I feel there's going to be still a retake possible as Maggie takes down Gilbert. I think there's not going to be the last man going down just now. As 3v3 retake just begins. Rui tries to find the hole into the smoke. And I think he has some point, because he mows down Moforia through the smoke. And smokes are really deadly, as Mikey has an AWP that wants to be used. Well, and he just takes up kind deadly through the smoke and almost loses the AWP, but he's still here to finish the round and clinches the 8 point for Devils. And if anyone is asking in the chat if we have an interview after the game, we surely gonna have an interview with someone from the BloodyDevils, because this game just feels amazing. Once again, some brilliant teamwork and just awesome aiming stuff that we've seen. Even though we've had some little mistakes that kindly almost used to win the round. But I think that's not really a big deal as they won the other rounds in a row. And there's going to be more rounds and fights to be won just now as Outex probably finds K, but he aims just a bit too high. That he expected. Suitsi at the balcony is gonna pick 1 guy. There's more to spray down, but Mikey has more stuff to do just now as he's overwhelmed by 3 players jumping out of the window, and he's barely going alive. Drew still helps him from the market side, and he almost finishes the round with the 3rd kill in a row. And yes, I've said just awesome stuff from the Devils, and this took a toll on Rasta Gaming's mentality issues, I think, as they've called another pause to just relax a bit, breathe in, breathe out, and maybe think about some new ideas that they can implement in the game. As well, rushes didn't really work, slow rounds kind of worked, but still they get punished on the retake. I just hope they find some new stuff, some new choices that can make the rounds that are just coming in a bit closer and a bit more interesting. As they enter the round number 11 with just 2 flashes, 1 molly and 1 more flash. They're gonna explode to the A side, already running out. They're gonna find at least 1 player here, maybe at the stairs area, but smokes are really great advantage, and that's why TBH uses them really well. K trades still for 1 player, and there's more to go. Mikey picks up 1 at least, and he fights another guy in the jungle. Meanwhile, Drew picks up a kill as well. Suitsi is greedy for the kill and takes on Mikey very low. Almost finishes him off, but there is a final nail into the coffin for the Devils. in the round 11. I don't really have much of words, just a total domination, as we've seen in the matches before, when Devils just didn't even flinch and take round after round after round. And they probably don't want to stop now, you know? You've got this big win streak, just gotta keep it up. No worries. Missing some more action towards the middle, but Mikey somehow misses the shot on kindly. And yet there is more to come as mid is being taken as well as a palace. But Mikey gets picked off by kindly, and the open hand is so deadly, as his name suggests. Drew has to be really brave with TDH to fight off 3 enemies to the A side. He just picks one guy off before going to the flames, and he picks up another guy. Drew doesn't stop here. He's ready to fight anyone that stands in his way. That's why he defended the A side really successfully. As the Rasta Gaming is heading towards the B side, but Suchi, does he know about the player? Yes. Now he knows, but there's another guy creeping up towards the market area. And he probably sees the gun, but the timing and the resolution is really unlucky in this moment as he falls down. And BloodyDevils enter the retake in a 2v2 scenario. One smoke in hand of Drew can still solve this. The mystery is, where are those players hiding? Euphoria probably knows what's up, but there is also some pressure on Static, and TDH tries to spam the other guy through the wall, but this is not really plausible at the moment, as Euphoria finally gets the second point for Rasta Gaming. And BloodyDevils are again really sinking deep in this really bad economics. As they only purchased 2 Deagles or 4 Deagles with 1 flash. They have to make some really interesting stuff to pull this run out of the hands of Rasta Gaming. They are again entering the A side. They're gonna have to be swarming this A side. You know, Mikey finds at least one player. He finds the second as well, and he's not afraid to go for more. But his teammates are falling just like trees getting cut down. And Rasta Gaming also falls back. They rethink this, and they probably will go towards the B side. Altex senses something, and he wants to know more about their next steps, but they can't hear anything, as the British already conquered the B side. They're gonna plant in any second. But I hope at least this brings some joy towards a team in Union Jack flag. And maybe there's the comeback that needs to be going on just now. As there is still a retake really in a good shape. Altex misses the shot and just scares away the defenders. B side. The orb is Palace. And they both know what's gonna happen. And they wanna pick at least these guns off their hands for the remaining 3 players. He takes up the orb, but there's still not enough damage to find the kill. Meanwhile, he finally finishes the one player that was standing in his way. He picks up the second guy, but never mind. At least 2 players went down with a bomb. And a small yay in the Devils camp. They've taken down the guns that Rasta Gaming had to invest, and they have to rebuy just now those AKs that they've lost. And if they lose this round, they might be broke. It's really ironic, but they won the round and still almost come short. That's hard. Hard stuff is already happening at mid as Mikey goes off the grid. Meanwhile, kindly also takes the short control, and he gets picked off from Drury. Alex picks up the op. That's one man's trash, another's treasure, and the op is gonna be really handy in the soon coming retake. Rasta Gaming is approaching the A side. They're gonna find some way to get the 4th round on the board. K goes off first and checks the angles. It is TD just going down the ladder, as well as Drury's small body goes towards the ground and just outdecks with Suti with the scout in an open hand, gonna punish those small mistakes that Rasta just did. And at least they've taken down one AK in the hand, as there's Molforia's back just exposed to him. But unluckily, K ready with his teammate on his back. Pick off the outtakes. Let's see, just have to sacrifice the round and his scout to save this one. Maybe work out something in the next round. You know, maybe can pick K off. But he had some other plans. He went towards the other side. And he maybe almost loses the life. But luckily he saves the AK. And with just a small investment, they have managed to kill 2 players. Well, that's great for the Devils. But Rasta Gaming still on the edge into the last round of this half. 4 AKs, just the utility and 1 AWP. And it seems they have chosen to rush B, as many players in the lower ranks like to do. They are entering the bomb site. Stati goes first. He finds first guy, shoots it down. And then there is more to come. Mikey with an AWP in the market goes off. We gets picked up by K. K goes more. And there is still Drew that goes for the trade on the side of the check. And I don't think they don't have to really give it up now. As there's still an open hand, an M4. But I think Gilbert pays his life, and as well as his teammates. Because it's now Drew 1v2 with really small time on the clock. Picks up almost the AWP, but I think there is not enough time to now do this. He tries to go for the kills on the KDA, but he doesn't find the last 2 players hiding at the B side. And the Devils take 10 rounds for the first half of the match. I would say a big achievement on Mirage. On the CD side, just some great work. And Rasta Gaming, they have to be satisfied with those 5 rounds they somehow found. And we're gonna head into the second half just in a second. Once again, there will be an interview after the match with one of the players of BloodyDevils. And this match, once again, is provided by Knight that is observing this match. If you want to check out his stuff, follow him on Instagram. And then there is me, Sheepy, that is casting the match at the moment. Again, Instagram is in the name of the stream below. But meanwhile, BloodyDevils already into the A side. Somehow Gilbert finds 2 kills in a row, but out at least trades 1 for good. And hopefully the bomb is gonna go down in any second. That will be the best stuff to see from the Devils. And I don't know why, but Rasta Gaming just feel very scared to retake this. They've seen that the pistols of Devils are really deadly. Maybe Outex to be the first man to fall. And then K to Trey, Mikey as well. It's 1 nail under the coffin. There is smoke, and K goes for the defuse and finishes the round. Number 6 for the British. And finally, small smile for the CT side. They find the first pistol on their own. They're gonna buy 4 FAMASs and 1 MP9. Quite a heavy investment in the round. Could expect some SMGs, but there's also the option. Meanwhile, Devils, only on pistols and 2 flashes, they're gonna explode onto the A side. And there's Euphoria mowing them down. Meanwhile, might get these trades for the 1. And there's gonna be more players swarming in as TDH goes for another kill. Monkey goes down 2, and just TDH alone with the speed 50 picks off head of Kind Deadly. And that's the last man that goes down for the British as they secure the 7th round. But I would say this was a win for the Devils. They've had just the pistols and somehow killed all those FAMASes besides that 1. So, great investment from the point of X. As they now just went into the straight full buy with AKs and full utility. Standard default, 2B, 2 mid, 1A. And first man to feel the pain is gonna be 2T. Currently, yet on 20 HP almost, goes down. And this feels like a small advantage for the Czechs. They're gonna be heading to all the sides, but Altex goes down on the B side. Meanwhile, Drew has to be fighting for his life with Mikey onto the middle. But there's just K solo defending the B side, also flash by himself. Really tough spot to work with. Mikey tries to take him down faster, but yet somehow forgets that he's still alive. And K didn't say his last words by any chance. Euphoria helps him out with the round, but TDH now just 1v1 wins the round, puts the 11 on the board. And you know, as I've said on the 2nd round, that was a win for the Devils. Yeah, Rasta Gaming, once again, probably going for the eco. They didn't really have a buy through half of the game, and this just doesn't feel good. It seems they need to take the pulse again. And I am not surprised many teams break down on the nerves when they win the round, then they lose the next, they win the next, and lose the next. Yeah, it doesn't feel right. But it's Counter-Strike, as we know. It's very tactical and about the upsets. So sometimes it's gonna be a roller coaster. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, as we've seen in the rounds before. And in the round number 19, with just the pistols and somehow saved money for an M4 on static. He has to be the man that has to do all the dirty work at middle. Now the 2 players hunting him down towards 1 HP, and I think he just lost all the confidence that he had. It doesn't feel good. He already trades for K-Scan. Maybe he's gonna be a bit more lucky onto the damage. For the British, Evo Kind Deadly puts 1 guy down. If there's pesky eagle. He's at the moment the top fragger for the team with his teammate K. And still somehow keeps this boat afloat. When the Devils already slowly make their way towards the bomb side B. Static already with the Molotov, but on 1 HP there's 1 nade that can change the whole round. Just now, and he needs to be really precise with the shots. He sees the guys, pulls down the Molotov. There's still players jumping out of the balcony there. Suti is gonna fight first as True and Anchor take the first kills and retake 3v4 with just the Deagles and Mac 10. It's gonna be really tough to work with. Already Altex up close, and he gets taken down on 40 HP. Heavy nade damage from Devils. And now it's even worse for the Rasta Gaming. Altex goes for the kill into the smoke. Euphoria trades 2 kills, but it's still a Suti to make it even. And as well, the 12th round for the Devils. So now they took at least 2 guys down. Or maybe even a 3. But not enough money to buy after the next. Just speed 50s, 2 flashes and USPs. Oh, this must be feeling really bad. But what's even worse, that Team BloodyDevils already took the short control, and Gilbert, we have to fight his position with his teammate. Meanwhile, the whole set of guys from the Devils gonna take the B side with no exceptions, as they secured the 13th point. And of course, they also got the bomb down, so their money situation is looking really great. And the team from the UK wipe their tears and keep on fighting for their win. They somehow lose the rounds, and their house of cards somehow falling down. Before I suppose the guys at ramp, but there are already 2 guys into the squad and the connector side of the map. Of course, bomb side is already taken, and there is more nades and damage to come. Before at CD already taken up 40 HP, as well as Gilbert running through the smokes. That's not enough. Also, there is a lot more damage on the CD side. SK at least takes down Anchor or Outex. He's at 6 HP and kindly goes down as well. Just K and kindly remaining. Just kindly with the off somehow goes down on Mikey, but he needs to deliver a bit more on 30 HP without a kit. There is at least one guy coming towards his way, but TDH somehow managed to find his way with the KZ, with the jumps and the moves to finish the round and make it 14-7 for the BloodyDevils. And again, Rasta Gaming against the Devils. They don't have any answer. If they could lend some money, that would be great, but only SGs again and the Eagles. Quite frankly, I feel this might be a loss, but still, hope dies last, and that's why they are hoping to get someone off in the underpass area. But there is still Outex to finish off one of the members of Rasta Gaming, and he's now Gilbert, just alone in the underpass. He has to go up front and deliver. That's why he takes down Outex, and 3v3 a bit more doable on the UK side. This is Moforia defending the A side, and I'm not sure what can he do with this UMP. He's just creeping up the A side. They want to plant the bomb just now. Moforia still hides and he takes the position really seriously. It's going down. Retake is on the way. There's some info on at the A side. Just AK, Deagle, and a kit. That's all they can work with. Bruce takes that scan out. That cost him his life. Now a bit real situation for the Rasta Gaming, but somehow 2 kills just came in 2 seconds, and TDJ Mikey solved the situation, at least for now. It's 1v2 for kindly, and without a kit, it's a tough job to do. It goes down, but there's still Mikey with the off, and he can just play all the time that he can have, because the kit is not there, and there's not enough time to defuse the bomb, so Rasta Gaming again have to go for the save. Mikey's greediness just rewards him with the kill on the last man with the AK, and bare naked Rasta Gaming have to go into the match point for the Devils again with real horrible buy, but they somehow managed to find an AWP, an M4 with a FAMAS and 2 SMGs. Meanwhile, BloodyDevils sitting on a steady buy with AWP in hand on Mikey and of course a few nades. Their hands as they want to clinch the game just now and close up the deal with the Devil. They're still static, they're still giving up, as well as Gilbert pushing up mid and taking down many players from the Devils, and somehow they managed to stabilize the situation onto the 3v2. but they still plant the bomb, and they are quite spread out on the map. TDH with Suti 2v3. This scenario is really possible to work with, as there is no kit in the British hands. And of course, there is just K defending the B side. And two players kind of know about it. Now he just spots both of them and he falls back. Of course, he is to now kill both of the players, but Suti is fast on the trigger. He goes for the kill. And then there's really a 2v2 without a kit. There's one guy falling through the smoke. He goes down, and it's going to be just Mophoria against two Devils. That needs to go and deliver the last blow against the British guys, but there's still no giving up just now. Mophoria with the FAMAS bravely goes into the side, but TDH finishes them off and closes up the game with the scoreline of 16-7. And I just feel bad for the UK side, as they don't have much money to work with, and they still somehow pulled 7 rounds. Great job for them, but it's GG for the Devils. And I just hope we can see more great games just like these. So that's all from the shoutcasting for today, and we are gonna move on to the interview with one of the players of BloodyDevils, and that's gonna be Altex. Čau, Altex.
Čauko.
Napokon ste túto hru ukončili veľmi úspešne za stavu 16-7. Hneď sa na úvod spýtam, aký ste mali feel z tej prvej polovičky, lebo tam naozaj padol tam naozaj skvelý clean-up, pomaly prvé triko a bez smrti, a potom vám tam jedine Kindly skúšal ešte nejaké opičky, ale jak ste sa vlastne vyrovnali potom s tým prvým vyhratým kolom? Ako ste to nadviazali?
No tak, hrali sme svoju hru a nejak nič sme nemenili. Potom už začali skúšať všetko, lebo sme im nedávali veľmi priestor, tak im možno aj začalo preto vychádzať.
Áno, na tých CDčkách tam tie posledné kola už nevyzerali tak nádejne pre tvoj celok, ale ja myslím, že aj tak skvelý výkon s tým, že ste tú druhú polovičku naozaj nadarovali, okrem toho pistolu. A aké vlastne boli pocity po tom timer vyhranom eku? Lebo tam naozaj ostali 2 hráči na živé, TDH, a Suci tam vlastne rozdali 3 killy z P50s.
No, tak my sme chceli len zrušiť ich ekonomiku, alebo ju proste nejak znížiť, zhoršiť. Takže bolo to tak, ale tak nahypoval nás tu kúsok.
To verím, predsa vidíme tam tie killy a Mikey 30, TDH 21 a ostatok teda vidím stále okolo tých 15 a viac kilov. Takže naozaj skôráca.
Mikey si dal vývar a išlo to samo.
Si tak posilnil prehral trošku, že?
No áno. Ale tak celkové pocity z tej hry boli asi také, že nebolo to úplne ideálne z našej strany, ale aspoň sme to vyhrali.
Hej, to viem, som teraz tam máš aj skalálny už na konte 9-0 a zajtra ďalší zápas v ESEA. Máte nejakú špeciálnu výpravu, keďže som tam videl celkom silný celok na 12.2. Tam máte nemecký tým, čo to má 9-0, takže budete nejako študovať ich dema alebo sa vypravovať nejako špeciálne na nich?
Tak, to asi to bude také skôr individuálne, ale keď niekto pozrie demo, tak ja ho napríklad budem isto pozerať, tak isto poviem niečo aj svojim spoluhráčom a tak sa asi budeme pripravovať. Vieme, že tie celky, proti ktorým budeme hrať, už budú o niečo kvalitnejšie, keď nie možno aj lepšie, ale tak všetko je vyhrateľné. Takže
veríš si aj s chalami na Advanced? Ten ďalší sezóna padla.
Tak toto je ťažké takto povedať, pretože je tam fakt strašne veľa dobrých tímov tento rok v Opene, na to, že to je Open vlastne, takže uvidíme.
Teda ten 9.0 rating podľa mňa úplne super a dúfam, že teda na budúce tam padne tá 10 a rozhovor si znovu počujeme nejaké príjemné slova od niekoho z vás. A teda ďakujem za tvoje milé slova a užívaj ešte večera teda.
Ďakujem, dovidenia.
Čau, čau.
User disconnected from your channel.
A to už od nás všetko. Ďakujeme za počúvanie, aj komentovanie, aj to z rozhovoru. A už zajtra od veľmi skorého večera, to je 19:30, sa znova počujeme pri ďalšom zápase z ESEA týmu BloodyDevils. Som tu bol dneska Night, ja som Sheepy a želám všetkým ešte príjemný večer a hlavne veľa energie do zajtrajšieho dňa.